Hey there, Hofstra fans, and welcome to another edition of the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mark Weiner, joined by the now victorious head coach of the Hofstra Pride men's basketball team, Joe Mihalich. And coaches, first off, congratulations, the first ever regular season title in the CAA for Hofstra men's basketball.
Well, we're really proud. We really are. I mean, we're proud because not just that we finished first. We're proud that we finished first in a year when the league was so good. The league was ranked 9th this year out of 32 conferences, and it's the highest the league's ever been ranked. I mean, it's even by, I asked the commissioner the other night, I asked when VCU and George Mason and Old Dominion were still in the league, what's the highest you ever were? And he said 11th. So this year, the best year ever for the conference, and we were able to finish first, and it makes us even more proud.
How you guys got there. First, a thrilling victory at UNCW, 70-69. Just a game where Wanye Green takes over again at the end and makes a huge shot, and I believe he scored the last 8 points of that game.
Well, I mean, that's why he is the player of the year, and it's what great players do. That's why hence the phrase "great player." They make great plays. You were there. He really didn't have a Wanye Green type first half. He really wasn't uncharacteristic. But and this is the difference with Wanye this year. He kept his composure. He was very resilient. He was very mature about it all, and knew that when the time came, he could still make big plays. He could bring his team back, and he did just that. So he's just a fabulous player, and a guy that can handle being the star, being the player of the year of the conference with his teammates. I mean, everybody's accepted that, starting with him, and his teammates have embraced that whole thing with him.
Then on Saturday, a very emotional day at the Max Sports Complex on Senior Day. You guys get the win over Charleston. More importantly, how important was it for you guys to get that win at home, to be able to say to your fans, you know what, we're regular season champions, and just celebrate?
Well, it was like a TV movie. You know, it was just to do everything that day the way we did it. Have to clinch first place. You get to do it on your home floor. It's Senior Day. Great crowd, best crowd of the year. And it's just what you said. We were able to do that and kind of share it with all the people that have followed us through the year.
Senior Day, you mentioned, you honor Wanye Green, Amin Tanksley, Denton Kuhn, and Malik Nichols. Obviously, you were very emotional that day, saying goodbye to the two players that you've had for 5 years. And how important is it now for the rest of the season? They want to get that win in the CAA tournament and just go out on top.
Well, and it's just, again, I'll use the word maturity. It's just, our guys are just tickled to death that we finished first in the regular season. But, the big prize is to try to get a championship and climb up that ladder this weekend down in Baltimore. And that's really what we're focused on. And we know the old cliche holds true. I mean, everybody's 0-0 now. I mean, we have no, you would think if you finish first, you get in the first round, you get one that you're supposed to get. And man, I'll tell you what. We have a tough, whoever we play is going to be a tough one. We know what we got to do this weekend, and that's why our guys are still, holding off on printing up any T-shirts.
How challenging is it going to be for your team? A lot of the outside critics say, only 5 guys. How are you going to play 3 days or win 3 games in 3 days? How challenging is that going to be, really, with a 5-man bench?
Well, these guys are. We've prepared for this. It's kind of like, and I've told the guys this too, if you have to cram for that final exam, you're probably not going to get an A. We've been preparing for this for 2 months. We changed everything. We've practiced differently, and I've done this for 38 years now. I've never had a practice schedule like the one we have right now. Everything we've done has pointed towards keeping our guys fresh physically and mentally. And our guys have never looked livelier. They've never looked bouncier. And, it's going to be the same for every team, playing 3 games in 3 days. I think DeJour Bowie turned the corner just this past Saturday. He was terrific. He was the reason we won that game. And I think his minutes will increase. And Justin Wright Foreman will give us some time. Andre Walker will give us some time. But those 5 guys, they know what it's like to play 3 days in a row. They've done it their whole lives. They'll do it again. And I'd like to think that we practice harder than the games are. So they've been through 3 practices in a row that were pretty darn hard. So we'll be ready.
Normally I'd preview the next game, but we're not really sure who you guys are going to play. It's Elon or Drexel on Saturday at noon. Is it hard to be able to prepare for a game where you don't know who you're playing as of this moment? You won't find out till less than 12 hours before the game.
Well, yes and no. As I alluded to earlier, I mean, we know it's going to be one of those two, and 3 of those 4 were very losable games. We were able to win 4 of those games, but we were able to get Drexel and Elon twice, but we were very fortunate to win at Drexel and very fortunate to win both of the Elon games, and we know it. So we have great respect for both of those programs, and that helps. That helps. I think the upsets come when you don't respect the other team, and we have great respect for both of those teams. So the challenge is, and we can kind of prepare all week long for it, but the challenge is that they're very different styles. You know, Drexel plays one way and Elon plays a completely different way, and so we have to be ready for both.
CAA tournament starts on Saturday at noon. Coach Mihalich, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thank you, and hope people jump in a car and take a ride down to Baltimore. It's a great setup. Right there in the inner, as you know, great setup right there in the Inner Harbor, and a nice cool arena. It's going to be a fun weekend.
Definitely will be a fun weekend. Thanks for joining us here on the WB Mason Coaches Report.